Welcome everybody to the next episode, the number 109 of the Bald Avenger Show. I am Jason Cisneros, also known as the Bald Avenger, the purveyor of all things common sense, the king of the Misfit Nation, the tattooed guru, as you can kind of see tonight, and a legend, baby, a legend in my own mind, okay? Legend in my own mind, and those of you that get upset about that, just go away. Just go, bye-bye. We'll see you later. We love you. Come back when you're not so full of yourself and not so upset, because you, each and every one of you watching this show tonight, should be a legend in your own damn mind. There is my love, Emily Seelman, in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. I haven't talked to you 42 other times today, because that's all we can do right now. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well tonight. It is Friday night. We made it to the end of another week. Can you believe that? In the zombie apocalypse, we all survived. Welcome. Congratulations to you for surviving yet another day in the zombie apocalypse time, where everybody is scared of the thing that we will not mention on my show ever. We're not going to say its name because it's not going to be real in any of our lives, okay? That's the way that I'm looking at it, and that's the way it's going to stay. And if you don't like it, you get your own damn show. So that I was trying to channel a little bit of Irk there, our buddy Irk, that I don't know if he's here or not. So what's up, Ben Peterson in the house? My buddy, my one of my best buddies for, I don't know. Ben, how long have we been friends, brother? Really, really long time. I love long relationships. I love new relationships. I love relationships that last, that support each other, that lift each other up. And I was just talking, and as I was talking on the Chemo Buddies for Life show, hi, Kat. Kat Dawn's in the house. She's been running a little bit ragged, low on funds because donations have slowed way down. Please support, get out there and support her. But she's the crisis calls for a new dawn are not slowing down. They're actually increasing in this time of uncertainty. Certain ministries, I can't say a lot about what's going on right now, but there's multiple missions in play right now. Donations down, demand is up. Those two things do not, that mathematics does not work out for these people. So if you can, obviously take care of you and your family. Don't put yourself at a disadvantage. But if you can give, right? If you can give. Like one of my buddies, Jimmy Rex, anybody that's in the Salt Lake area knows who Jimmy Rex is. Beautiful human being. He went out, he put out a challenge, and he said, look, if you got a little extra dough, if you got a little extra something, go out and buy, just go around town and buy some gift cards from local businesses. And don't cash them in. Just keep them. And if the economy recovers like we all think it will, then go ahead and cash them in. But just go out and spread some money around, right? His challenge for us was $10,000. I drove around, got to see a bunch of people, got to buy a bunch of gift cards, which I can't wait to cash in because I know that this thing is going to have another side, right? And so we are not the doom and gloom show. I'm not going to talk about doom and gloom. We're not going to do it. Like this morning, if you guys caught my morning live, I just woke up and was walking around. I was just checking in on people. As you know, all I'm doing is spreading positive news these days, because out of 7.3 or 7.4 billion people, there's plenty of assholes out there that are trying to scare you. There's plenty of evidence of before this, right? And before this and after this, there's plenty of stuff. Like we just mentioned this on the Chemo Buddies for Life deal, where there's people that are getting cancer every day. There's people that are dealing with suicide every day. There's people that are dealing with car accidents every day. There's people that are dealing and have been dealing with upset and crisis and things that shake their world, right? All the time. This is just another thing. This is just another thing. And so far, its death grip has been weak. Right? Just like I think that this whole entire thing is going to be, but could also kick us into a social unrest situation where everybody freaks out so badly that we tank this thing and everybody starts being upset with everybody. So this time during the day, I choose nothing but positivity. We don't talk politics. We don't blame anybody here. We don't do any of that nonsense that is so prevalent out there. And if so, you're just going to get attacked by all my people. I'm just telling you. They're just going to be like, rah, you're going to be mincemeat. And by the way, I'll block you as soon as I possibly can, right? So I was going through, and one of the things I wanted I wanted to bring forward from her show as we get into our show tonight. Thank you, number one, for being here. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for spreading the word. It's growing our message, and I say our because we are all part of Misfit Nation. If you're new to the show, if you're listening to this on replay on the YouTubes and the iTunes and the iHeartRadios of the world, welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. But this is who I'm talking to. Generally speaking, my messages are always crafted not towards the new listener, but to the Misfit Nation. And Misfit Nation is people who have gone through trauma before in their life. They've gone through this sort of scenario before, whatever it was called, right? Whether it was cancer, whether it was drug abuse, whether it was abuse, whether it was rape, whether it was prison time, whatever it was, right? That is what this community has been built for. We've been built because we made it through those things. We survived. We became stronger. We built this muscle called compassion. We built this muscle called empathy. We built this muscle called love. We built this muscle called forgiveness, right? Number one, if you've done something incorrect, if you've hurt some people, I did. Everybody that ever wants to go back and watch episode 1 of the Bald Avenger show, you will hear me tell on myself for all of the things that I have done and who I did them to and all the stuffs, right? Because I wanted to get it out there because I don't want anybody to have leverage over me. Who has leverage over you? Who has leverage over you is the person who knows that thing that you haven't told the rest of the world. So if you take it and you tell it, Misty Lane's here, she will tell you 100%. She will tell you 100% that once you take that control of that and you tell the world, now you have strength. Now you have leverage. Nobody can go on and say, did you know what Misty Lane did? Anybody that ever watches her, anybody that ever follows her will tell you, yes, because she told us. And she did the best she could to make it right with the people that she's harmed. She did the best that she could, which is a piece that we skip, which is forgiving ourselves for those things that we did unintentionally, sometimes intentionally, right? And then thirdly, that next step is to modify our behavior so we're not doing the same things. And then we're teaching the world what we went through. Because there's people that Kat Dawn, that Helene Wilson, that Misty Lane, that L. Patrick Dickerson, that Bobby Joe Cook, that Christopher Casons of the world. These people will be able to reach an audience that I won't because I'm a very specific taste, we'll say. You either love me or you hate me, right? And that's okay. I love it one way or the other. So that's what this has all been about is Misfit Nation, this concept of being unstoppable. And tonight, like one of the things that it dawned on me was the beginning of Misfit Nation happened in a moment with Rayanne, and Rayanne's on here watching, and it was a time when I was complaining about big events, happened to be at a big event. She happened to be in a scenario where she was being judged because she's having hard times with finances and and all that kind of stuff, and didn't appear to somebody to be valuable, right? And that was really the beginning of this whole entire thing. So Rayanne, when I say you're one of the original misfits, you're probably the original misfit, because that's where this all came from, right? It spawned from that. The idea of unstoppable was not yet born, but the idea of protecting and guarding and putting a shelter over those people that I love the most, that's where it started, okay? I didn't know that we needed to build our own community. This was prior to Misfit Nation. This was prior to the Bald Avenger. This was prior to Unstoppable. This was prior to all of this, right? And what I want you to be thinking about tonight, forget about me. It's never about me. It's always about you. It's always about that thing that you have in your heart, that you see an injustice in the world, that you see a mistreatment, that you see something unfair, that you step up and you decide that you're going to build something. Tony Rodriguez, welcome, brother. This is one of my favorite world leaders, one of the people that has gone through the training, has gone through the trials, has gone through something for the last 3 years that would crush mortal men. And he not only did he come back, he's come back stronger, and he's come back more loving, and he's become back more empathetic. Kevin Russell decided that he saw a need in the marketplace to say, look, there's a lot of soldiers that are giving their life, that are having their souls hammered, right? And they come back, and it's not that they're not loved, but there's no programs for them. And so what he did was he put a soldier in an arena with an animal that was 2,000 pounds called a horse, and he compared them up, and he saw that there was some healing that was going on there, right? And Tamara Hunter, who went through cancer and had to suffer not only by supporting her mother, who was going through it at the same time, but also had to step up for herself. And Pastor Rudy, who right now, this moment, that is looking for a little girl that put his life on the line. When the donations have been low, put his life on the line, and 2 nights ago rescued a little girl that had been taken. I can't say too many things. I got to watch my mouth, but had been taken, and he did radical things to go out and rescue this little girl and to reunite her with her mom who had lost her, right? And I could just go through Todd Hart, who's been through so much in his life and come to death's door multiple times, right? And Noelle Agape, who's gone through the challenges in her life, and the love of my life, Emily Seelman, and the things that she's gone through. It's just, I am overwhelmed every time I do one of these shows, every time I see the names that scroll on the screen. And those of you that are listening on replay, and people that can't do it because they're doing their own shows right now, I am so proud to be a part of this movement. We said it was needed. We didn't know how much it was needed. So here's what I want to do tonight. I wanted to give that shout out to understand that it's always an injustice. It's always a crisis. There's always something that pops up that lights that fire, and it's whether you answer it or you don't, right? Every single one of you has something inside of you that goes, I know in my heart that I was meant for more. That I'm not, forget that for just a second, because that's popular, okay? I'll say it this way. We're capable of more than we are displaying today. And the only time that we can test that, the only time that we can test our mettle is in times such as these. Are you falling in line with, you still want to make snarky remarks about Democrats and Republicans? You are missing the boat, okay? You are part of the problem, because it's neighbor to neighbor. It's this show. It's us talking to each other cross line. It's Lori Gonzalez, who, I swear to God, if I had to say that there was an angel on earth, Lori Gonzalez and Dave Blanchard's wife would be 2 angels that I just think that God said, hey, you know what? You need to borrow you need to borrow these angels. Here you go. And we're made for times such as this, and that we are tested in these times. And how are you showing up? Right? It's just a reminder. I don't care what's going on right now. I mean, as far as this thing that will not be named, I don't care what it is, right? It's just another thing. Each and every one of you that are watching this, each and every one of you that are participating with me right now has gone through crisis before, okay? It's been something different. It's been something else. It's been like I woke up 2 days ago, or not woke up, but I was in my studio, and the whole entire building, it's on the top floor, and I was shaking side to side. Look, that's a scenario. If I'm undercover and I'm sweeping a building with Pastor Rudy, I know what to do. I'm not afraid. If somebody comes out with a gun, I know how to handle myself. If somebody comes out with a knife, I know how to handle myself. If somebody comes out of the dark and wants to fight, I know how to handle myself. There's not a helpless feeling. But when you're on the top floor of a building and the entire earth is shaking, and you don't know if that building is going to crash down. You don't know what's happening, right? There is no level of certainty that anybody can have, right? There is no level of certainty that can prepare you for what's going to happen at precisely the moment of your death, okay? Precisely the moment that you're in a life or death scenario, okay? And at the end of the day, what I want to talk about tonight is training ourselves to be solid in those moments, okay? What happens when the earth shakes underneath of you? Because that's exactly what's happening for a lot of you, right? It's happening for billions of people around the world. And at the end of the day, you're the one that's being called to leadership. You're the one that's being called to love. You're the one that's being called to kindness. You're the one that's being called to whatever it is that's in your heart and in your soul that you've been trained for, that you've been beaten down for. You're the one that is supposed to show up tomorrow, today, in the next 5 minutes, and pick up the phone and add certainty to the people in your life. That's what you're going to be remembered for. Or you're going to be remembered for this other sea, this other ocean of sheeple that just can't wait to post the next meme about hammering Donald Trump. They can't wait to post the next meme about hammering AOC or a Democrat. They can't wait to post the next catastrophic, the world is ending kind of bullshit. I don't accept it. I don't buy it. I'm not buying it. I'm not biting off on it. I don't care. That's not what we're about here. Okay? That's not why we're here. Because at the end of the day, each and every person that is a sane thinking human being that can think for themselves away from MSNBC or Fox News, they can think apart from those things and step back and go, okay, the death count of this, the death count of that, this, the spread of that, the spread of this. It's not nothing, but it's not this, okay? And at the end of the day, step in and be that leader, like Cole and Ta Whitty that stepped on my show the other night. Go back and watch that episode. So very valuable, right? So very valuable, that are stepping out and stepping in. So here's what I want to do. I wanted to make this a little bit more interactive tonight. I want to hear from you. I want to hear one of two things, okay? Put in the comments right now. What have I done to show up as a leader? Okay? What have I done? And I'm talking about you in your seat, right? What have you done? What have you done to be that oak tree? What have you done to add certainty? What have you done to calm the waters? What have you done to lift somebody up that was freaking out? What have you done to add to a new Dawn's down in donations, CERT's down in donations? What have you done to step up in not just those two charities, but any charity? What have you done? Have you taken an inventory of your own value? What have you done? I want to start seeing some of your posts. I want to see, what have you done to demonstrate that you are worthy of the term leader? And I'm going to start watching, okay? Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to wait for just a couple of seconds. Have a sippity sip. It's Friday. Cheers. A little bit of scotchity scotch. Very little, because got to have our wits about us these days. Got it. Okay, so Cole, I love you, lady. Wherever Ta is, give him a big hug for me. Shared your donation of food with another family because they had nothing. Okay, Rayanne is in a position, she will not be shy about it. She's in a position where they lost their home and are currently moving in with their mom. She's not ashamed of it, right? And I want you to read her sentence. She said, shared our donation of food with another family because they had nothing. People in Rayanne's situation right now would think that they have nothing. They would be looking for pity. They would be looking for support for themselves. And she's a giver. She gives her last $5 to a new Dawn whenever she has it. I've seen it. I've watched it. And what kind, do you have that kind of love? Do you have that kind of faith that when you give, it will be multiplied back upon you, right? Do you have that faith? Cole Whitty, help folks get supplies they need. Love it. Sandy Longcar, working her ass off, getting less than 5 hours of sleep. every single day, donated to both A New Dawn and to CERT. Thank you, lady. I love you. Misty Lane, led with transparency. Noel Agape, bring love and wisdom always. Lori Gonzalez, found my worth. Love you. She's also got a tattoo, so she's tattooed now. She's one of us, baby. Lily says, been positive, checked on people, stayed calm, added humor. Humor, you're funny, Lily. Like just in person, when you get to meet Lily, she's amazing. She's hilarious. Get them to CTFD. Exactly right. I love that. Keep encouraging. Helene is encouraging people. Thank you. Tony Rodriguez has stood his ground. What else we got here? Julie Dominguez just got off a phone call with our district superintendent to train teachers on technology and Google Classroom, helping other teachers. Love that. Love that. I'm watching my own kids go through it right now, doing the remote learning, which is fantastic. You got to love teachers. Give a shout out to teachers. Low pay, low respect, low reward, all the lows, and they still show up and still want to train, okay? Let's see. Tony is walking his walk. Casey Sarada changing. Oh, good. Okay. I can keep talking to you, Casey. She's changing her language. Sent flowers to a birthday girl. Sent money to a musician. Hi, Bonnie. Working out. Oh, of course he is. John Duffy. I've called over 20 people to check in and see how I can support them. Some inspiring conversations. Hope to do another few hundred calls. Love that, brother. Lift other people up when I'm down. Tamara Hunter says, leadership and started back up Service Hero Show. Bobby Joe Cook says, I have a group called Feed the Need. I've recruited 47 women to help with the needs in the community. Food, supplies, help, prayer, time. Mwah! Bobby Joe Cook. Love you. Make more. Misty Lane. More to give. Make more to give more is what I learned from Unstoppable Conference. And here, because I work in a hospital. Again, everybody shoot big love out to Misty Lane. She's in the healthcare industry. She's a healthcare worker. These people are putting in ridiculous hours. They're confronting, like literally putting themselves right on the front lines to say, hey, this thing that shall not be named, I'm here. I'm love. I'm stepping up. Kevin Russell donated, bought groceries for someone, tried to inspire. Diana Bresner, missed your last live. Spent 2 hours on the phone calming my elderly father down. Beautiful. Time well spent. Brian Gable, make sure employees were educated and calm so that they could spread the calm. Love it, love it, love it. Aaron, love you, Aaron. Nailed Rayanne. Toilet paper. I was waiting for toilet paper to show up. Cat Dawn or past Dawns who are out of work, are giving $5 donations. I want you to read that sentence, right? Cat Dawn says, past Dawns, the people that have been rescued by a new Dawn's creation, by a new Dawn's survival, by a new Dawn's ongoing capabilities, those Dawns that have been supported and been lifted up by that community are now giving $5 because they have a job, because they have a safe place over their children's head, because the person that was doing the abusing might be in jail or is at least sequestered away from them. Lily, I love Lily. Kevin, Tony Rodriguez, help others see their worth. L. Patrick Dickerson, embracing the Misfit family is a source of encouragement. Yes. Now, we've had a couple things happen in Misfit Nation. If you're not a member of Misfit Nation page on Facebook, please join after this show. Please join. It's free. There's no selling. There's no bullshit. There's no politics. And if it is, there's been a couple of things that have popped up that have been unacceptable, and they got booted out of the community because I'm not standing for it right now. I don't care where you stand. Doesn't matter. Not that I disagree with you, or you could be on my side and agree with me wholeheartedly, and you be a dick and you're out. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Because at this point in time, what we need to do is support and stand up for each other. What we need to do is sweep away the lies and the bullshit that everybody's trying to scare us with. Cole Whitty, you were always bringing more fun, baby. Brooke Curran, I love you, Brooke, to be helpful to my family, friends, and elderly parents. And by the way, Brooke, your smile adds a lot of value. Todd Hart, just by being alive and being here, brother, you are an inspiration. Man, I'm trying to keep up with everybody. You guys are amazing. Erica Fit, more eye contact. Oh my God, it's so simple, right? It's so simple for you to make just a little bit of eye contact with somebody. You know, there was an instance, and I'm not going to say where it was, but I was in a grocery store. Thank God I have some other scenarios set up, but I was buying groceries for someone else. First time I've been in a grocery store during this whole entire thing. And there was a near freak out, right? And I had to intervene. A lady that was freaking out over whether she was going to be able to feed her kids was able to step in and do that. And then also the gentleman that came in, barreling in and started yelling at the lady because she was freaking out his kids. Like, we are meant for times like this. We are meant to be able to change the state. And Erica nailed it. Eye contact, smiles, pleasantry, extra in the public in the public right now to ease others' stress. You can see it everywhere in the stores, buying food, diapers, those that are out. I was watching a single mom just rock back and forth. There's no eggs. There's no eggs for my kids. There's no eggs for my kids. She couldn't see that there was egg whites, that there was these other things, all this stuff. And I came up to her and I said, look, there's egg whites. There's all these other kind of things. You're fine, right? You're fine. I took 4 little containers of egg whites. You can have them all if you need them. And she started to bawl and just kind of all the emotion came out. And then that's when this big dude came out of the thing and was like, you're scaring my kids. Shut the F up, blah, blah, blah. And right in the middle of all of that, right? Right in the middle of all of that, I had to do what you need to do, which was change people's state. Stop. You laugh, right? People behind me started to giggle. She started to laugh. The guy came up and said, I'm sorry, we're all freaked out, because this was not only the thing that won't be named, but it was about 2 hours after a 5.7 earthquake had just shook everybody in the state of Utah, right? All right, I've got 56 comments. I love you people. I love you people. I love you. I love you. All right, now, next thing. Here's what I want you to put in. What's the greatest act of kindness that you have seen from other people during this period of time? Now start flooding my feed. I want to see all of these. What's the greatest act of kindness that you've seen from other people? Let's see. I gotta catch up here. Sorry, guys. In telehealth for the whole country, high integrity, already raised over 30K in less than a week to fulfill the needs. Look, I know what I did there. All right, now here we go. Okay, I'm gonna try to. All right, here we go. So here's, it says my internet thing is unstable. I don't care, we're gonna keep going. So people hugging each other, good. Okay, show me what's the most powerful act of giving. What's the most powerful act of love, of kindness, of service that you have witnessed through this entire thing from other people, not just you, right? Other people. The singing balconies. Oh my God. If you get a chance, look at what Italy's doing. They are the worst hit of all of this, okay? Because they have elderly, their medical system is kind of depleted. They're in a really poor situation right now, and they're stepping up. And people that know how to play music, people that are world famous soprano singers, these type of people, they're all singing to each other. They're lifting each other up with whatever they have. Tina Bolin says, I've seen people in the community pages and Rifle coming together every day to help each other out, because that's who we are. Tina, I forgot you're in Rifle. Those of you that don't know, I played football. That's number 20, baby. Number 20 for the Rifle Bears in Rifle, Colorado. Played football for those guys. People crying while they're being blessed. The Roswell, Julie Dominguez says, the Roswell Sheriff's Department is delivering groceries to elderly for free. Noelle says the person praying for groceries for the woman who was in front of her that card got, or paying, sorry, not praying, paying for the groceries of the woman in front of her that her card got denied. What else we got? Misty Lane says businesses offering free delivery. Business community, look, here's where I'm going to step in for all business owners. There's some douchebags, but for the most part, if you're a business owner, you must be a servant. You must be somebody who serves other people. You've got to be somebody. I've watched so many business owners that have gone 6 months, 12 months, 18 months without a paycheck for themselves to make sure that their people were paid, to make sure that the bills were paid, to make sure that the business survived. I have always said that if there's a crisis like this, the people that you want to go to are the business owners, and it's showing up. You're seeing it. And I'm not talking giant businesses. They're doing their part. They're doing some cool things, but small to mid-cap corporations, right? The 0 to $500 million businesses. They're run, organized, founded by some of the most giving, sacrificial human beings on the face of the planet. That's where our job market is. That's where our job market is always going to be. And if it gets ripped out of their hands, we are in serious trouble, okay? L. Patrick Dickerson says, focus attention. Bobby Joe says, a friend who works in janitorial has a huge supply of TPE and has reached out to friends to help distribute. See what I mean? Tamara Hunt, Sandy Longcar, Chicago singing Bon Jovi out their windows tomorrow at 7 p.m. Tamara Hunter, Barbara Beckley, who we love and adore. I love you, Barbara, if you're watching. Love, multiple kisses to you. Step Up with Love to help the community multiple times. Helene says, just stop and talk to someone and listen. Todd Hart says, local restaurants giving free lunches to students in need. Ally Bank from Tina Bolin, bank deferred all car payments if you have them for 4 months. That's pretty fantastic. That's unheard of. John Duffy, My American Legion, calling all the members especially to ask what they can do for them. Kevin Russell's landlords for giving rent. Brooke Curran, Kraft and other big Chicago businesses donating food to the food banks. Erica Fitt says, all our local pubs and bars are hurting, including most coveted musicians right now. Chad Freeman is live doing a concert. Support local musicians and donate. Absolutely. Costco Scotch is an excellent value. High quality, great price. I'm still supporting my local. Christopher Kaysen, local pub gave out free meals for St. Patty's Day. There's an individual in Logan who set up a delivery website for all the small local business owners free of charge. Again, I have to shout out my buddy, Jimmy Rex, for giving the idea of taking $10,000 and just buying gift cards from local businesses. These are the ideas that come out when you are not in lack mentality, okay? When you're not, Tony Rodriguez says he decided not to poop for the next 2 weeks to save toilet paper, doing his part, stepping up, being a leader. I love you, Tony Rodriguez. Jingle dancers offering dances of prayers and healing. This is amazing, right? So here's what I want to do. Tonight was simply to be interactive. I wanted to acknowledge everybody that was here. If I didn't acknowledge you, I apologize up front, but you're needed, right? Misfit Nation is needed. We are all needed together to step up, to be loving, to add value, to look, again, there's so many people that are available out there that are worrying for you. We can't wait to point out the end of the world stuff. But you stand steady. Whether this ends up being a recession, a depression, or nothing. Who you are during this period of time is going to speak an eternity, right? You've heard that in my favorite movie, Braveheart. Who you are right now is the person you've been praying for the opportunity for. Yes, it may not have shown up in a scary way. It may have shown up in a way that sets you a little bit off center. But that's the greatest time for anybody, for all of us, to be able to step up as in those unsettling times, saying, you know what? I'm unsettled too, but you can count on me. I'm unsettled too, but you can count on me. I love you. Whatever I have is yours. Whatever I can do is yours. Whatever time, whatever energy, whatever heart I can give, it's yours. It belongs to you because we're family. And if you don't make it, I don't make it, right? Not if you make it, I'm going to be shaky about whether I make it. There's those people out there. that are saying, my property, my money, my everything, I'm putting a guard around it. I'm going to shoot you if you come on my property. I will give away every last dollar I have. I will give away every last piece of food that I have. I will give away because I believe in the human race, because I to die is in sacrificial love, right? I learned this from Pastor Rudy. I've learned this from people that I've watched in my life, that if they're going to die, they're going to die in sacrificial love. They're going to be doing it, putting their life on the line for something that will inspire somebody that knew them, somebody that will inspire an action that would not have happened had they not stepped up. When Pastor Rudy is down in donations, when Kat is down in donations, when Feed a Billion is down in donations, and still giving and still digging into pockets and still putting in the hours and still risking their lives and still doing that stuff, that's who I want to be a part of. That's who I want my family to be. That's who I want to die for. I love you. Have an amazing Friday night, and know that you can reach out to me, whether it's DM, whatever it is. There's hundreds of people that are on here that are watching, that have commented tonight, that would love to take your DM, that would love to hear from you. I love you, people. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for stepping into who you are. Thank you for developing the new who you are. Thank you for facing your fears and being joyful in them. You always have my respect, and you always have my love. Peace.